Hey there, I'm Mike McGuire. I'm with Realty Exchange, and today we're going to be talking about occupancy or re-occupancy permits. Had lots of questions about these, and a lot of people get really confused with these. They think that the building inspection that a seller does or a buyer does when he's looking at a house or an apartment building is the same thing as the re-occupancy permit. The re-occupancy permit is done by the municipality. It can be the city of St. Louis, St. Louis County, or one of the municipalities inside St. Louis County. Right now, 98% of the city is part of a district that requires an occupancy permit. That's both for sales and rentals. And if you look down, I've included a link to the city of St. Louis. It'll tell you what you need to do. I've also included a link for St. Louis County. All unincorporated parts of St. Louis County, north and south, require an occupancy permit. And then many of the municipalities do too. There are, I believe, like 89 municipalities in St. Louis County. Most of them require it. Now, a lot of people have lots of questions about it. And the first thing that people do is they get real uptight when they have to do these inspections because they think the inspector's out to get them. And they're real defensive and a lot of times mean and belligerent to the inspector. But I've found if you're nice to the inspector, he'll be nice to you. He's just doing his job. I've talked to some inspectors and they're like, every time my cell phone rings, I'm terrified because I think it's somebody angry at me about something that I've required them to do. So, you know, it's like the golden rule. Treat them like you want them. Wait, what is it? I don't know, it's a good rule. You want to treat others like you want to be treated. So anyway, some of the questions I've had over the years, one, are inspections required to sell the property? Some cities require a pre-sale inspection. That's not what we're talking about here. You generally can sell your property as is, but if you're trying to get a retail price for a property, generally you need to go through the re-occupancy permit inspection. Or if you're an apartment owner in the city of St. Louis or parts of St. Louis County, you'll have to go through that process too. What do they look for? They're essentially looking for health and safety things, like grounded outlets by water sources, like the kitchen and the baths, trip hazards, peeling paint, stuff like that. They don't care how old your fixtures are or anything like that. I mean, the buyer is going to beat you up on that during his home inspection, and the marketplace will take care of that. Now, why do they have these? Well, before occupancy inspections were put into place, a lot of areas were really deteriorating. U City, for example, they were one of the first cities to institute a building inspection process. And in a lot of ways, it saved the city because when you do the occupancy, it's the city's only chance to come in there and try to right some problem properties. Unless, of course, the property becomes a nuisance property, then they get involved again. They also, during the process, they tell you how many people can occupy a dwelling. Like for instance, on a 2-bedroom, generally 4 people. They want to limit the density of properties and they want to limit the number of people living inside of a property. So what'll happen is, a lot of people are like, are these free? No, nothing with the city is free. You call the city up or the county, you have them come out, the inspector is going to create a list of things that need to be done, unless your property is in perfect condition. And then you get X amount of time to, finish these, and then the inspector will come back out and re-inspect it. So to prepare for the inspection, all you gotta do is just make your appointment, pay the fee, and generally you need the electric and water on. And some inspections are tough. A lot of people are like, are the inspectors gonna beat me up or whatever? And everybody who's been in real estate for a long time has had some kind of horror story. I mean, for instance, I had a 5-bedroom house once that I remodeled. and I created a master bedroom out of an attic, and the city would not give 2 people occupancy on a 5-bedroom house. That is the most extreme example I've had, but I remedied the situation just by making the window bigger, so it wasn't that big a deal. But anyway, I would love to talk to you about your properties, and if you have any questions about the occupancy permits, you can check those sources below, or you can send me an email or call me.